Welcome to the Math Set. Today we will solve this Olympiad math problem, which is the square root of 12 factorial divided by the square root of 5 factorial. Let's start with this expression. Notice that using the property of square roots, we can combine these into a single fraction under one square root sign. Next, we need to simplify the factorials. 12 factorial, which is 12 times 11 times 10, and so on, all the way down to 1. Similarly, 5 factorial, which is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. When we divide 12 factorial by 5 factorial, we can cancel out the 5 factorial in both the numerator and the denominator. This leaves us with 12 times, 11 times, 10 times, 9 times, 8 times, 7 times 6. Now, let's calculate the product of these numbers. We multiply 12 by 11, then multiply the result by 10, and continue multiplying by each of the remaining numbers. This gives us a very large number, 3,991,680. It's a big number, but we can handle it. With this large number, our next step is to take the square root. The square root helps us simplify this big number into something more manageable. But before we do that, let's break down the number into its prime factors to make the square root calculation easier. We find that it can be expressed as 2 to the power of 7 times 3 to the power of 4 times 5 times 7 times 11. Factorizing makes it easier to handle the square root. Now, let's simplify the square root using these factors. We know that the square root of a product is the product of the square roots. So, we calculate the square root. The square root of 64 is 8, and the square root of 81 is 9, giving us 72. We multiply 72 by the approximate value of the square root of 770, resulting in about 1,998.939. Finally, we calculate the remaining part of the square root. We approximate the square root of 770, the product of 2, 5, 7, and 11. When we multiply 72 by the approximate value of the square root, we get about 1,998.9. This is our simplified answer. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit the subscribe button.